Hello, my friends. Yes, it's me, Father Ted, Brother Sean. This isn't a reflection. This isn't a spiritual video. This is a bit of humor from the Franciscan monk, the barefoot Franciscan. And I really wanted to do this and I hadn't got the courage, but now I'm going to go for it. And I want to share something with you that's really hilarious. And I want you to picture the scene if you would. But before I do, a lot of people have this notion that monks are serious. Well, I'm not. I'm barking mad. And that's the joy of having bipolar. You have good days and bad days. Today it's in between. But that's a prayer. But humour is very important. And my Master Jesus, my brother, had a great sense of humour. And so did a lot of the saints, until the church got their claws in them and kicked it out of them. But that's the joy of being a Franciscan in the interfaith community of Franciscans, known as the Teo community of St. Francis, because we're allowed to be ourselves. Now, the scene, the west of Ireland, rugged. The Atlantic is lashing. It's a Sunday morning. It's a small village. And if you've watched Ryan's Daughter, it's just like that. Everybody knows everybody else's business by oneself. Well, this Sunday morning, the parish priest was in his 70s, late 70s, a bit like Father Jack on the TV sitcom Father Ted. God, he had a mouth like the Vespers, but he was always naughty and irritable, and he was your old school type parish priest, all hellfire and damnation, no sense of humour, but he loved his drink. Oh, he loved his drink, all right. So now I'm going to put on the Irish accent because we've relocated over to the west of Ireland, to Connemara. And on this Sunday morning, sure, there's a great crowd because there's supposed to be a presentation to the children for completing their primary school education before they go to the nuns and the Christian Brothers. And the church is full, absolutely. Every farmer in town is in it. And you can smell it because you know what's still on their wellies. They'd be mucking out a few hours ago and they forgot to change their wellies because they thought, oh, Jesus, father won't mind, she's as blind as a bat. And there's poor Patrick and PJ outside having a quick drag on the old pipe. And they're thinking, Jesus, we best get in before he rips us apart. So when they get in, they think, Jesus, there's no room here. We'll have to go upstairs into the gods. And as they got up there, they could get the whiff of all the ladies' after perfume. And the farmers, well, they could get the whiff not of aftershave, but of cow dung, ripe cow dung. So they're there. And then, of course, all the altar boys come in. There's a great ceremonial. And the incense is thick. There's clouds of it coming up, and they're choking and coughing and spluttering. And then, of course, throughout the ceremony, the Mass, it starts off really well, except for the coughing and the spluttering from the incense. And then, of course, it comes to the part where after the gospel, the parish priest makes his way over. He staggers his way over because he'd been on the bottle the night before. And it wasn't Guinness or holy water. It was the hard stuff, the old pochine that they used to make in various kits in the backs of farmer sheds. But let me tell you, he gets up into the pulpit. And Jesus, he's thumping that pulpit like there's no tomorrow. And there's great gusto. And everybody in the congregation is thinking, oh, Jesus, doesn't that father ever shut up? He went on and on and on for hours. No, he didn't. He went on for at least 30 minutes. And they were getting irritable because half of them hadn't had their breakfast. And it was, 9:30 in the morning. And the rain was lashing down outside. So they thought, oh, Jesus, we might as well stay here till dinner time, because there's free tea and coffee afterwards and a few biscuits. Well, out of the blue, the parish priest let an almighty thump on the pulpit, and it reverberated throughout the church. And poor Molly Malone sat in the front. Jesus, she was on crutches, she fell over. And poor Bridget, who was 3 rows behind her, her false leg came off. Jesus, there was a right pandemonium. And they're all faffing around trying to support her and get her back into the leg. and she's effing at them from the high heaven. Well, then everything calmed down, and towards the end of the sermon, you'll never guess what, the priest told them that from now on he wanted them all to abstain from alcohol. And Biddy Mulligan shouts up, "Jesus, you want us to stop the old drink? What about yourself?" Well, he let an almighty roar at her, and he thumped that pulpit Jesus big time. And you'll never guess what. You'll never guess what happened next. Between Patrick and PJ up in the gods looking down, there was Bridie. Bridie, who had so many loose morals, was untrue, and she stunk to the high heavens of B.O. Well, Jesus, the thump, the poor old Bridie fell over, and the leg of her drawers got caught in the rafters. And the priest shouts from the pulpit, "If any man look at this unfortunate woman, may the Lord strike him blind." Says Patrick to PJ, "Be Jesus, I think I'll chance an eye." There you have it. You've probably heard it before. But I just felt inspired to share it because, you know, life is tough. There's a lot of knocks in this life, but there's a lot of joys and pleasures too. And I hope that you've had a few giggles. And I don't mind setting myself up as a fool for Christ, but not an idiot, as you say in Ireland. Thanks for watching. Sure, you've been a real tonic. God bless you. Bye-bye.